This elderly wizard decided to use a dark ritual to bring his son back to life. He chose to perform a forbidden ceremony. He captured death itself. However, he never expected. He had summoned an entirely different deity. This divine being appeared frail and weak, looking like a newborn creature. The old wizard felt deeply disappointed. He only took away the 3 magical artifacts in his possession and left him exposed, stripped of dignity and trapped within the magical circle. In reality, the old wizard had captured the Sandman, the ruler of dreams, the Dream Lord. The next day, a nightmare wandering the mortal world appeared. It revealed the truth to the old wizard, and furthermore, taught him how to permanently imprison the Sandman. First, on the magical formation, add another glass sphere to contain the Sandman's physical form. Second, someone must maintain a 24-hour watch, never allowing anyone to fall asleep in the Sandman's presence. Finally, they must prevent the Sandman from reclaiming those 3 divine artifacts. Later, when the Sandman awakened, the old wizard threatened him, either resurrect his eldest son or grant him endless power, wealth, and longevity. But no matter what he said, the Sandman never responded. Day after day, year after year, 10 years passed just like that. Initially, 1 million people worldwide developed an incurable sleeping sickness. Then some people began suffering from insomnia.
I just want to sleep. Please.
Massive numbers of humans suffered mental breakdowns. No one knew. All of this was because the Lord of Dreams had been imprisoned. 10 years passed. The old wizard used the Sandman's 3 divine artifacts to gain great wealth and elevated status, but his heart remained empty. Because his beloved eldest son still lay in the cemetery, he directed his rage toward his second son. When his lover became pregnant with his 3rd child, he forced her to terminate the pregnancy. His lover, seeing through the old wizard's cold selfishness, stole the Sandman's 3 magical artifacts. The old wizard fell into despair. He ran to the Sandman and lost his temper, demanding to know why he refused to surrender. Even toward his second son, who came to comfort him, he flew into a rage, until during the struggle he struck the glass and passed away instantly. From then on, the second son became the head of the family. He held complex feelings toward his father, and also complicated emotions toward the Sandman. He told the Sandman, "If you promise not to harm me, I will set you free." But the Sandman still gave no response, because the young man before him had once, to gain even a small bit of his father's approval, taken the life of his servant Raven. Under no circumstances would a god ever surrender. Just like that, nearly a century passed. The Sandman never spoke a single word.
I could have asked you for wealth or power, like my father did. But all I ever wanted was to be free of you.
The second son had also become a white-haired old man. This was his final time coming to speak with the Sandman. As he departed, his wheelchair broke the formation that confined the Sandman. This gap alone meant that the Sandman would soon awaken. When he looked toward one of the guards, in an instant, he made that heavy-set man enter a dream. Sunny beaches with beautiful women in swimwear. The man was filled with joy, but the beautiful women vanished, replaced by the Sandman. The man drew his weapon and fired. While the gunshot in reality startled him awake, he had actually shattered the glass sphere that confined the Sandman. This way, the Sandman was finally free. He blew dream sand toward the 2 guards, instantly sending them into slumber. And the Sandman returned to his dream realm. Here he first found the young master who had held him captive for a century. The young master knelt and begged for mercy. The Sandman granted him eternal sleep as punishment. Then the Sandman returned to his kingdom. He never expected that the once green mountains and clear waters, his dreamlike world, had now become desolate, completely lifeless. His subjects had long since departed. The imprisoned nightmares had also begun terrorizing the mortal world. Only one loyal servant remained, waiting. Even worse,